In our last session, we looked at how solenoids and transformers work using the principle of electromagnetic induction. Just like a transformer, a three-phase motor uses coils of wire and magnetic fields. And like a solenoid, it uses magnetism to create motion, but in this case, the motion is rotational instead of linear. As we step through the next few slides, we'll see that the three energized windings on the stator create a rotating magnetic field. That field pulls on the rotor, which causes it to rotate. There's no physical connection between the stator and the rotor, just like there's no connection between the primary and secondary windings in a transformer. All the action happens through the magnetic field. We'll go through the motor's operation step by step so you can see how the rotor responds as each phase of the AC power changes. The goal is to build a clear mental picture of what's happening inside the motor while it runs. These illustrations and the final animation will help show you how power flows and motion is created. Understanding the foundation will make it much easier to troubleshoot or wire motors later on. It helps to think of the rotor as a simple bar magnet for learning purposes. This is not technically accurate, but allows us to understand the concept of how a rotating magnetic field interacts with and pulls on the rotor. Like a compass needle aligning with a magnetic field, the rotor is constantly trying to align with a changing polarity of the stator field. This continuous chasing effect causes the rotor to rotate, converting the changing magnetic field into mechanical rotation. As we track the movement, each phase will alternate between a positive and a negative maximum value since this is AC voltage. This means each negative peak of the sine wave will exert the same amount of magnetic pull as each positive peak does, but that pull will be in the opposite direction. If a winding is polarized as a north-south magnet when the voltage is positive, when the voltage goes negative, it will reverse polarity to be a south-north magnet. We can think of motor rotation as occurring in 6 steps. With each step, the magnetic field changes intensity in specific windings, and the rotor aligns with the field's magnetic pull. The rotor is constantly chasing the moving field, which causes it to rotate smoothly and consistently. Let's compare the points of the sine wave to the rotor position as it completes a full rotation. Step 1. When phase A is at its peak, the A1 half of the coil is magnetic north, while the A2 half is magnetic south. The rotor magnet attempts to align with this field with opposite poles attracting each other. Step 2. Let's follow this to the next step. Moving from left to right as time passes, phase A decreases from its peak and phase C is approaching its negative peak. At this point, the C1 half of the coil C is charged as magnetic south and the C2 half is magnetic north. With the coil A voltage decreasing as the coil C voltage increases, the magnetic attraction shifts from coil A to coil C, causing the rotor to rotate towards the stronger magnetic attraction of coil C. Step 3. Moving forward in time again. Phase B is now approaching its maximum voltage and phase C has passed its negative peak and it's moving back towards zero. The B1 half of coil B will be charged as magnetic north and the B2 half will be magnetic south. The magnetic pull of coil B will now be at its maximum. The coil C attraction is dropping, so the rotor will rotate to align with the coil B magnetic field. Step 4. Now we're approaching 1/2 rotation of the motor shaft. Phase A is reaching its maximum negative value, meaning it will have the opposite magnetic orientation from what it had in step 1. Phase B voltage and magnetic pull is dropping, so the rotor will rotate to align with coil A magnetic field in its reverse polarity. Step 5. As the phase A voltage moves back towards zero, phase C reaches its positive peak. This shifts the maximum magnetic attraction from coil A to coil C, causing the rotor to continue its clockwise rotation. Step 6. Moving forward in time, phase C voltage is decreasing and phase B is reaching its negative peak value. This causes the magnetic poles of the rotor to rotate into alignment with coil B in its reversed magnetic orientation. The next alignment will bring us back to the step 1 condition, and we will have completed a full rotation of the motor shaft and rotor.